Okay, today we're going to be working on the Nissan D21 Hardbody pickup because we actually have an issue with the power steering line. Let me show you. All right, what I used in this job is a 24 millimeter socket to take off the top bolt on the power steering pump. Then you're going to need this 10 millimeter socket to do quite a bit of other bolts. These were essential to me. You'll see them in the video. 14 millimeter and 16 millimeter crow's feet, some little pliers there, a little pick, and of course some ratchets and extensions. You'll definitely need power steering fluid, optional to clean the contacts of one electrical connector you'll see, and some parts cleaner. So let's take a look. And of course you'll need a power steering hose, and this is the part number that I got from Rock Auto. The power steering line on this is actually leaking really bad right up in this area here, and so we are going to try to change it. And I ordered this Edelman power steering hose from Rock Auto. Now the interesting thing about this is this uses the same part number as the Duralast, about $40 on Rock Auto. The Duralast at like AutoZone and the same thing at O'Reilly, whatever, Master Pro, whatever they sell there, uses the same part number. So I bet it's the exact same line. So anyway, and it was half the price of what you would get at your local auto parts stores if you don't mind waiting. So let's open this and take a look at it. So in the package there, we obviously get the power steering hose itself. It's got all the, what looks like the OEM bends on it. Goes up and around. This actually goes by the radiator, and then this up to the power steering pump itself. And it comes this little packet here. There's the part number, and this has a few little things here, a couple of gaskets, and a little O-ring. So I'm not sure what goes where, but we'll figure it out. And this is interesting here. This looks like some sort of it's got a little, oh, let me get a light. Okay, let's take a look in there. As you can see, it looks like it's, I don't know, it actually is connected through here, so I don't know where this goes. We're about to figure that out. So let's see what we can find out. Okay, did not watch any YouTube videos on this because there isn't any that I can find, so this is going to be a first for all of us. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start up here and I'm going to remove this nut. Okay, that is a 24 millimeter. And as expected, when you take it out, you will have lots of fluid come out. That's where your two copper washers go, one on bottom and one on top. So let's remove this. So put that right there. There are the two copper washers. I'll take these copper washers off. Gently remove that one. There should be one on the bottom. Take that there. We're going to use new ones. Then I got to follow this down and see where else does it clip. Okay, we'll just put these right there. Okay, so this is the actual power steering here that comes from there, the top of it, and it goes way down here, and it is tied into a couple of brackets that are bolted. So we are going to have to get down there and get rid of any zip ties. There's a zip tie right there, as you can see by my finger wiggling, and then there's a bracket here. So we'll get to that next. Okay, and that little bracket right here is actually right here, you see. So I've got to take these two little, looks like 10 millimeter bolts out to free this bracket up. What a pain. Let's get these out here. Okay. Now we've got this one, and now I've got to just keep on following. See, I got to take this off here. Okay, I think I solved that little mystery. This is the pressure. It's got some kind of electrical connection there that I'm going to have to somehow undo. Hopefully I can pinch it. Okay, back at the top of the engine, instead of unplugging that little electrical connector at that unit, it actually has a pigtail. We're going to have to unplug it from here. And that goes all the way down there. Okay, what I had to do was, let me let this go here. I had to take a little pick and pull up on this, and this easily separated. So I'll continue to remove the hose. All right, so now I am underneath here. You can see this has a couple of 10 millimeter bolts here that hold this bracket, and you can see all of the nastiness that has been leaking down here that we are hoping to solve today. So let me remove those. Okay, once you remove the little 10mm bolts back here, we have got to get these brackets off. And the only way to do that is to separate them like this. And they peel right off, and then these are split automatically. So you just pull these off, and I will save this rubber thing to reuse in the future. Okay, so now that we have those little brackets off below the radiator, we just follow our line back up, and we can, remember, we're changing the pressure line, and it's this one right here that's connected into your gearbox. And you can tell it's the pressure line because the one next to it has a clamp on it. And if you have a clamp, that is not the pressure line, that's the return line, because it's under such high pressure. You have one of those special molded fittings anyway. So I've got to get somehow way back where my finger is wiggling there with a wrench to undo this. Let me see what I can do. Okay, I'm down at the gearbox, and here's a prime example of a tool that you would hardly ever use, these little crow feet. But when you need them, you need them. And I had to pull the distributor cap off, and I got that crow feet down here, and I was able to loosen it. That crow foot, excuse me. That actually was a 14mm. The aftermarket is a 16mm. Just keep that in mind. And I was able to loosen that up without removing any more stuff. Okay, that was the hardest part. Now that I've got it loose, I just need to feed it, I guess, down below. I'm not really sure how I'm going to get this out. While I was pulling it, I forgot about this piece here. So you've got to separate this and get this little bracket off of your pressure line right here. Okay, after struggling with it for a while to get this bracket off, what you've got to do, there's got these two little tabs here. You've got to peel these little tabs back before you can separate this. I just manhandled it and got it out. I'll kind of try to show you in a little bit. Let's, we're going to try to compare these two. Okay, a comparison. They look pretty similar. Take note that this is a larger, like 16mm versus 14 on that end. Everything else looks pretty similar, including the little pressure electronic thing. Not sure what that's for, but we're going to put it back on anyhow. And then it comes back to this. Now, this is shaped a little differently, you know, but should work. So I guess the first thing I need to do is remove this sensor and put it in the new one. Okay, what I did was I put this in a vise, and it helps me unscrew this. I would imagine this is where that little O-ring is going to go. We're about to find out. Yes, I see the O-ring right there. This looks like some type of temperature sensing device. So in the kit here, as you see, it's got a little O-ring. We are going to put that right here. Okay, I now have the new O-ring on, so basically it just screws right into here. You need to do this prior to installing it. Okay, now that I've got that on, really we just fish it underneath until we can get it in the proximate position. So here we go. Okay, it's not that hard to get lined back up. So as you see, I've got the part to the steering gearbox lined up, and I've got the part to the pump lined up. So I'm going to use this 16mm crowfoot to tighten this up. Yeah, this is definitely going to be the hardest part of this job, is that bolt there, because it's so tight up against here. But I got that tight, and now I'm going to go over here and get the you know, the new copper washers with the bolt. Now on the bolt, you must put one copper washer on below the head, and you need to put one in between the thread and the body there. Okay, got that done. I do not know the torque specs, so you might want to look that up if you want to torque that properly. Next step is we're going to get this piece here and bring it to the passenger side fender well and attach it. Okay, and I put this back. Now, I bet a lot of people don't put this back, but I do strongly recommend it because these lines will flop around and hit all kind of stuff. And time to go ahead and plug this in to this little sensor here. Okay, that's all in, and the plug actually has this bracket here, has a little thing for that. I don't know what this is for, probably cruise control or something, which you shouldn't have. So got all this buttoned up. Now to the radiator. Go ahead and put these on. These are simple. You just put them over the tubes. You just put your bracket over there and screw it down. And that's it. I would definitely put these brackets back on, because if you don't, these things are going to be hitting all kind of stuff. Okay, now that the installation is finished, we need to check for leaks at all of the connection spots. That is not leaking. Then I have the fitting down there. That is not leaking. And then the pump itself, I do not see that leaking, so I think we are good. Okay, so now that I've got all the leaks fixed, I'm going to squirt it with some of this super clean degreaser. Shout out to them for sending me some of this. I'll leave a link in the description for that product. This is some pretty good stuff. You can get it online or get it at Walmart or wherever. Okay, that's it for my install of that power steering hose on this Nissan Hardbody. Y'all have a great day.